shocking. You've been lied to. They told you the secret to a thriving career was hustle. More content, more followers, more grind. But what if I told you the real secret, the holy grail, isn't about getting more? It's about giving more. And not just to others, but to yourself. Wild, right? But it turns out the science is in. The key to living longer, feeling more joy, and building deeper relationships isn't about algorithms, virality, or grind. It's about generosity to others and to yourself. Well, g'day. I'm Lucas Parry, co-founder of Glow and your host for the Amplify Your Impact series. And we're on a mission to reimagine giving for creators, brands, and their communities, where legacy, not just likes, becomes the new flex. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about something that hits deep: how to actually thrive as a creator and as a human for the long haul. The creator economy is known for burning people out. Behind the highlight reels and the seven-figure brand deals, there's feeling overwhelmed, loneliness, anxiety, comparison, and depression. And you know it, you've likely experienced it. Creators are collapsing under the weight of being on all the time. You become a content machine. You're a leader, you're a brand, you're a business, a voice, and everyone wants something from you. But somewhere in that wild mix, it's easy to get lost. And the worst part is you start to believe that your value is in what you produce and not who you are. And that, my friend, is soul erosion. And no amount of metrics can heal that. We're told to keep grinding, keep optimizing, keep pushing. But here's what most people don't tell you: it's not sustainable and it's not working. So what if I told you you could rewire the whole system, that you could feel more alive, more connected, and more joyful, not by doing more, but by giving more? It doesn't make sense, but it's true. And let's talk about it. Generosity is the ultimate life hack. It's the holy grail hidden in plain sight. It rewires your brain, it regulates your stress, strengthens relationships, and get this, the science backs it up. Generosity is a literal life extender. If you volunteer regularly, it can reduce mortality risk by over 60%. If you give to others, it boosts your happiness more than spending on yourself. Even $5 creates a positive neurological response in the brain. Generosity improves relationships, increases trust, and strengthens connections. Small acts of kindness like saying thank you, giving compliments, offering forgiveness have proven to reduce conflict and boost satisfaction. And self-compassion, being generous to yourself, reduces stress, improves mental health, and increases resilience. Giving isn't just good, it's literally how we thrive. You give and it comes back to your heart, your health, to your people, to your craft. It's wild. Let me tell you about the first time I really experienced this in my life. I started playing the guitar when I was young, worked hard for it. Stacked shelves at my uncle's supermarket, getting up early before school, saving every dollar. And eventually I bought myself a black Jackson electric guitar with a reverse headstock. I mean, this thing was beautiful. It was a rock guitar paired with a beast of an amp, and it was my pride and joy. I played it every day. Well, at work, there was this guy I'd gotten to know, and he was a good bloke, and he had this dream of playing and learning the guitar, but he couldn't afford one. So one day while I was working, I had this strange, weird, overwhelming feeling, this thought: give him the guitar. I was like, that's weird. Shook it off. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, I've worked hard, I earned this, but the feeling wouldn't leave. Days passed. The same thought came again and again and again, and it wouldn't let up. And finally, like against all logic, I listened. And I walked up to him after a shift and I said, hey man, I've got something in the car for you I want to give. So after work, we went out, opened the trunk, and I pulled out my guitar. And I said to him, I want you to have this. He looked at me, stunned. He said, I can't take that, dude. That's your baby. And with shaky hands, I said, I want you to have it. Did I feel generous in that moment? Not at all. My body was literally freaking out, but I handed it to him and he took it. And then I got in the car, and as I was driving home, I was just overcome with a flood of emotion, tears streaming from my face, not out of loss, but out of joy. And it was something that I had never felt before. Something cracked open in me that day, something deeper than anything I'd ever felt from buying something, winning something, or achieving something. That guitar taught me a truth that I've never forgotten: that it's better to give than to receive. And over the years, I've been gifted more guitars than I can even count, and especially that I've given away. And some of them have wild stories. A friend of mine gave me a guitar that he wrote a #1 hit on. It's now sitting in my studio. And I can't help but wonder, did my first act of generosity plant a seed that's still bearing fruit to this day? And I think so, because giving changes the giver. And it changed me. So, how do we practice this as creators and artists? How do we integrate generosity into the daily grind? Welcome to the idea of a daily glow. It's one small act of generosity each day towards someone else or to yourself. And here's the fun part: before you do it, rate how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. And then after you do it, rate how you feel again. Most people report an immediate increase in mood, energy, and clarity. And it's wild how consistent this is. So here are some ideas on daily glows towards others. Compliment a stranger with eye contact. Pay for someone's coffee behind you with no explanation. Send a voice message or a text to a friend and just say why you appreciate them and be specific. Or write a thank you note to someone who shaped your journey. Or at lunch, buy lunch for someone sitting alone, again, anonymously. And here's some ideas towards being generous to yourself. Book a massage. Buy the good shampoo, the one you always skip over. Go for a solo walk. No phone, just you and the world in nature. Give yourself permission to rest without guilt. Or speak kindly to yourself after a mistake, just like you would to someone you love. These acts are small, but they're sacred, and they rewire your brain. They soften your heart. They remind you that you are a person and not a product. The Holy Grail isn't about going harder, it's giving deeper. The real flex isn't your following, but how many lives you help uplift. And you don't need a million fans to make a difference. You need a generous spirit, a present heart, and the courage to give even when it costs. And that is what builds a legacy. That is what makes you unforgettable, not just to your audience, but to the people who know you, who really know you. So go out today, start glowing one act at a time. I'm Lucas Parry, and this is the Amplify Your Impact series. And the best gift you'll ever give might just be the one that gives you back to yourself.